Do I think in these billions of stars that are in our galaxy, and there are billions, if not trillions, of other galaxies? Is there the opportunity for another star, a sun, to have planets going about it? Yes, I think that. Who am I to limit life right here? Well, I've asked our science mission director to propose a series of scientific goals as we look out for life in this universe. First of all, we're looking for life right now. That's why we have a probe on Mars. It's a big rover. It's as big as a Range Rover. It's got an arm, and it goes out and it drills holes and it puts it into a titanium tube, and we're sending a mission that is going to go there and pick up those tubes filled with cores out of the Martian surface on that lake bed and near where it is obvious that a stream came down into that lake bed at one point. And we're looking for signs of life there. We're looking for signs of life as we have these telescopes, the James Webb telescope going up in December. It's going to be positioned 1 million miles from Earth. And it's going to look away from the sun, and it'll pick a keyhole, and it'll look through it, and it'll look back into capturing light from 13.25 billion years ago. That's almost to the time, 250 million years after the Big Bang. And we're going to see what we discover as it picks another keyhole and looks in there and trying to see planets in our galaxy, but maybe other galaxies that have a sun, and suddenly there's a dark spot moving across that sun, which would indicate a planet. And then we're going to try to get the chemical composition. So, do I think there's life out there? Yes. I cannot limit this universe to be just here. Well, right off the bat, we are going to land the first woman and then the first person of color. Artemis, by the way, in Greek mythology is the sister of Apollo. Apollo was over half a century ago. This now is the Artemis generation. That's the first thing we're going to do. But we're going back to the moon to try to learn what all we need to do to sustain human life under very adverse and hostile conditions as we get ready to go to the planet Mars. And when we go to Mars, we're going to continue this search of understanding who we are, where we came from, and what was before us, and may be foretelling of what is the future. I think establishing colonies on the moon is the preparation that we need to go to Mars, because the moon is only 250,000 miles away. We can get there in 3 or 4 days and get back in 3 or 4 days, a relatively short trip, and we showed that we could do that back in the Apollo program. Mars is a different story. Mars, you got to get the planets aligned correctly to have the shortest distance, and unless you go there real fast with new propulsion technologies, which we are developing but not developed yet, unless you can sprint there in, say, 40 days, if it takes you 8, 10 months to get there, you're going to have to stay on the surface for quite a while. in order for the planets to realign to be able to get back in that period of time. So we're going to the moon to learn what we need to do as humans to survive when we go millions and millions of miles out to the planet Mars.